Hello everyone, welcome to Current Affair MCQs program. Let's begin with previous day's practice question. Question was, consider the following statements regarding Ratle Hydroelectric Project. 1. It is a run-of-river project on River Chenab in Ladakh. 2. It has been disapproved by the World Bank as it violates the Indus Water Treaty 1960. Which of the above statements is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option D, neither 1 nor 2. That is, both the statements are incorrect. Ratle Hydroelectric Project is a run-of-river project on River Chenab in Kishtwar, Jammu and Kashmir. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. With a generation capacity of 850 megawatt, it also has a gravity dam. Pakistan alleged in 2013 that the project breached the Indus Water Treaty 1960, but the World Bank approved the project. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. Hence, option D is the correct answer. Now let's begin today's episode. First question is, consider the following statements regarding the cervical cancer vaccine. 1. Cervavac vaccine is India's first indigenously developed vaccine for the prevention of cervical cancer. 2. The vaccine against cervical cancer is the first recombinant deoxyribonucleic acid vaccine in the world. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option A, 1 only. Cervavac vaccine is India's first indigenously developed vaccine for the prevention of cervical cancer. It is a quadrivalent human papillomavirus vaccine that is said to be effective against 4 strains of the virus, type 6, 11, 16 and 18. Hence, statement 1 is correct. The vaccine against cervical cancer is only the second recombinant deoxyribonucleic acid vaccine in the world using the techniques, the first being the vaccine against hepatitis B. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. Hence, option A is the correct answer. Next question. Subic Bay and Clark Air Base, recently seen in the news, is located in Israel, Australia, Philippines or Qatar. The correct answer is option C, Philippines. Subic Bay is a bay on the west coast of the island of Luzon in the Philippines. It is located in the South China Sea. From 1901 to 1992, the United States operated a naval base on the southeast coast of the bay. Clark Air Base is a former US military air base on Luzon Island in the Philippines. Post-World War II, it became the largest US military air base outside the United States and a vital connecting link with US forces in South Korea and later Southeast Asia. Hence, option C is the correct answer. Next question. Regarding the Persian Gulf, consider the following statements. 1. It is situated between the Arabian Peninsula and Iran. 2. Quesh is the biggest island in the Persian Gulf near the Straits of Hormuz. 3. Bandar Abbas is an essential port facility in the southern part of Oman. How many of the statements given above is or are correct? Only 1, only 2, all 3 or none? The correct answer is option B, only 2. The Persian Gulf is situated between the Arabian Peninsula and Iran. It is a crucial maritime waterway that separates the peninsula of Arabia from southwestern Asia. Hence, statement 1 is correct. Quesh is the biggest island in the Persian Gulf near the Straits of Hormuz. It is controlled by Iran. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Bandar Abbas is an essential port facility in the southern part of Iran. It is located in the Strait of Hormuz. Hence, statement 3 is not correct. Hence, option B is the correct answer. Next question. The Thimphu Talks 1985 was organized for the resolution of which of the following? Wildlife crime in Manas National Park, exchange of enclaves between India and Bangladesh, insurgency operating from Bhutanese soil, or resolution of the Sri Lankan Civil War. The correct answer is option D, resolution of the Sri Lankan Civil War. Thimphu Talks 1985. The Thimphu Talks, sponsored by India, were organized for the resolution of the Sri Lankan Civil War. The 4 cardinal principles agreed were as follows. Recognition of the Tamils of Sri Lanka as a nation, recognition of the existence of an identified homeland for the Tamils in Sri Lanka, recognition of the right of self-determination of the Tamil nation, and recognition of the right to citizenship and the fundamental rights of all Tamils in Sri Lanka. Hence, option D is the correct answer. Next question. What consumer rights are guaranteed under the Consumer Protection Act 2019? 1. Right to safety. 2. Right to be informed. 3. Right to be heard. 4. Right to consumer awareness. Select the correct answer using the codes given below. 1 and 2 only, 2, 3 and 4 only, 1, 2 and 3 only, or 1, 2, 3 and 4? The correct answer is option D, 1, 2, 3 and 4. A consumer is a person who buys any goods or services for a consideration that has been paid or promised, or partly paid and partly promised. Consumers have 6 consumer rights under the Act, namely the right to safety, the right to be informed, the right to choose, the right to be heard, right to seek redressal, and right to consumer awareness. Hence, option D is the correct answer. Next question, regarding the non-banking financial company, which of the following statements is not correct? A non-banking financial company, or NBFC, is a company engaged in financial activity as its principal business. The term principal business is defined in the Reserve Bank of India Act 1934. 50-50 test is applied to determine whether or not a company is into financial business, or NBFCs do not form part of the payment and settlement system. The correct answer is option B. The term principal business is defined in the Reserve Bank of India Act 1934. A non-banking financial company, or NBFC, is a company engaged in financial activity as its principal business. It does not include any institution whose principal business is that of agriculture activity, industrial activity, purchase or sale of any goods other than securities, or providing any services and sale, purchase, construction of immovable property. The term principal business is not defined in the Reserve Bank of India Act 1934. Financial activity as the principal business is when a company's financial assets constitute more than 50% of the total assets, and income from financial assets constitutes more than 50% of the gross income. The test is popularly known as 50-50 test and is applied to determine whether or not a company is into financial business. Hence, option B is the correct answer. Next question, consider the following statements about the canons of taxation. 1. It refers to the guiding rules and principles to make the tax collection system effective and functional. 2. In his famous book Wealth of Nations, Adam Smith presented 6 canons of taxation. 3. Equity and certainty are among the canons of taxation mentioned by Adam Smith. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 and 2 only, 2 only, 1 and 3 only, or 1, 2 and 3? The correct answer is option C, 1 and 3 only. By canons of taxation, we simply mean the characteristics or qualities that a good tax system should possess. It refers to the guiding rules and principles to make the tax collection system effective and functional. Hence, statement 1 is correct. In his famous book Wealth of Nations, Adam Smith presented 4 canons of taxation. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. The 4 canons of taxation mentioned by Adam Smith are equity, certainty, economy, and convenience. Hence, statement 3 is correct. Hence, option C is the correct answer. Next question, what is the primary purpose of implementing minimum public shareholding regulations in the stock market? To ensure that private companies remain entirely privately owned, to increase market liquidity and ensure a wider distribution of shares among investors, to concentrate ownership of shares among a small group of investors, or to encourage foreign investment in domestic companies. The correct answer is option B, to increase market liquidity and ensure a wider distribution of shares among investors. As per the minimum public shareholding, or MPS rule, 25% of the equity shares of the company must be compulsorily held by the public. Here, public is defined as non-promoter shareholders. Promoters holding more than 75% shares have to mandatorily divest additional shares to the public to comply with the MPS rule. It increases market liquidity and ensures a wider distribution of shares among investors. Hence, option B is the correct answer. Next question, regarding the India-Russia relations, consider the following statements. 1. India-Russia Annual Summit was initiated under President Vladimir Putin's leadership during his visit to India in the year 2000. 2. The strategic partnership with Russia has been elevated to the level of a special and privileged strategic partnership. 3. India does not have a 2+2 ministerial dialogue mechanism with Russia. How many of the statements given above is or are correct? Only 1, only 2, all 3, or none? The correct answer is option B, only 2. India-Russia relations. The India-Russia Annual Summit process was initiated under President Vladimir Putin's leadership during his visit to India in October 2000. Hence, statement 1 is correct. In December 2010, the strategic partnership was elevated to the level of special and privileged strategic partnership. Hence, statement 2 is correct. In December 2021, the 2+2 ministerial dialogue, foreign and defense ministers of both countries mechanism with Russia was started. Hence, statement 3 is not correct. Hence, option B is the correct answer. Last question. Consider the following statements. Statement 1. The Non-Aligned Movement or NAM was formally established in Belgrade, Yugoslavia in 1961. Statement 2. NAM aimed to advance the interest of developing countries in the context of Cold War confrontation. Which one of the following is correct in respect of the above statements? Both statements are correct and statement 2 is the correct explanation for statement 1. Both statements are correct and statement 2 is not the correct explanation for statement 1. Statement 1 is correct but statement 2 is incorrect, or statement 1 is incorrect but statement 2 is correct. The correct answer is option A. Both statements 1 and 2 are correct and statement 2 is the correct explanation for statement 1. Drawing on the principles agreed at the Bandung Conference, the non-aligned movement was formally established in Belgrade, Yugoslavia in 1961. Hence, statement 1 is correct. NAM was founded with a view to advancing the interest of developing countries in the context of Cold War confrontation. Hence, statement 2 is correct. It aspires to occupy a niche of a political gathering that seeks to oppose West's unilateral approaches and actions on the global stage. Hence, option A is the correct answer. Now moving on to practice question. With reference to finfluencers, consider the following statements. 1. They provide retail investors with information and advice on an array of financial investment areas. 2. They are registered with the Securities and Exchange Board of India. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2? Send the answer of this question in the comment section. Stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks for watching. For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.